to surrender my soul to the sacred flow. I had to let it go. I done heard all of these poems from JB and JECRADIO, you see. Now my rhymes are flowing through a different level of my mind, different dimensionality. I'm flowing through from a deeper grounded reality. I'm coming up from the words on the page with the energy. Artem, Zen, and TREVMENTAL, and Shingo. We brought it with the realest flow, rap wisdom 2026. Now we in the fucking mix with the wisdom philosophers. Know we gonna hit the coming through with the Resonant Man, this my resonant fam, and we coming with the lightning, med the crisis, and I might just light this torch a beacon, let the light shine through from the west coast to the Holy Ghost. I'm coming in, I'm not gonna boast, cause I'm speaking with humility, from the realest me to the realest you. That's the real we see, and we coming through. Well, thanks for dropping in, and yeah, we'll get it kicked off. We'll get rolling right now, and the main flow of the event today is we're going to have a round of intros from each of our artists today, talking a little bit about their journey with rap and some of the wisdom, some of the knowledge that they have received on their rap journeys. And then after that, we're going to be opening up to a freestyle dialogue so we can actually share in some collective wisdom here in the space. And then when we get to about the hour, space is going to be opened up, aliveness style, which is the online space that Jordan Bates runs, and we often do jams. We play beats. We sometimes freestyle or showcase tracks. So we'll have space for that afterwards, and people can stick around and vibe, or if they need to drop off, also welcome. But before we jump into all of that, just want to acknowledge the intention today to connect with rap wisdom. I feel there's an immense power in the human voice. There's an immense power in hip hop that many of you here have been thinking about and living the unlocking of. And in the context of my work in the Resonant Man, we're focused on the sacred evolution of masculinity, how to activate the voice, how to activate the capacity for men to really connect with their truth, connect with sacred power, and cohere in spaces of deep listening, deep attunement, and really be able to be that musical instrument in the world. So with that, I want to get us cooking and do an initial round. Feel free to take like 4 minutes on this and really just share a little bit about what your journey with rap music has been. Some of you have been at this for a lot longer than I have, actually, almost all of you, because I've only been in this for 3 years. And share a little bit about what you've learned on that journey. We'll have more opportunity to talk afterwards, so don't feel like you need to get the final truth and gospel out on this one, but just a little bit of knowledge or wisdom that you've received on your journey with rap. I'll pass it off to TREVMENTAL. Do you want to kick us off? And then I can pass it over to you, Jack, because I know you're a little bit tighter on time.
Aloha, thank you, brother. Yeah, this is awesome. I love that we're gathered for this intention here. We need more like this for sure. So yeah, my name's Trev. I'm going by TREVMENTAL. Right now, it's my name is actually changing to Trev quite soon. So I just figured I'd get the intro right with that. But my journey with hip hop started in my shed in high school, skipping school and going to freestyle with the homies and smoke. And that was the vibe. And I was actually in a really dark place. Like my shed was being used as like a trap shed. And yeah, it was just like not the vibe. Like a bunch of homies over all the time, and mom was freaking out. And yeah, I was just not in a good headspace. But like slowly, I started freestyling and writing more and more. And I just kind of wrote my way out of that place. I started to realize that the things that I was writing about was what I was embodying, and the things I would freestyle about. Like I would just like see that each artist has their own vibe, their own brand, and it's like tied to how they are as a human. And I was like, oh, I can like change who I am through this tool. And so yeah, I just like actually had a gnarly breakup at the time, and so I like got my heart broken and was like, I'm just gonna go in my room and just meditate and like write raps until I'm the best rapper in the world. Like that was the story I was telling myself. And through that journey, it like turned into this like spiritual awakening of just realizing the infinite power of the spoken word is the most powerful force in the universe next to love. And it's called spelling because we're casting spells. When we spell things out, abracadabra means as I speak, so I create. And this is like legit actual vibrations that we can speak out into the world. You can measure these. And yeah, we've been gifted with this ancient technology, this ancient science from the times of Lemuria to be able to create our reality, to speak it into existence. And yeah, I mean, I from then on, I just studied the legends. Like I feel like that's a really important, humble part of any journey of becoming a master in any realm. Is just like diligently studying, obsessively studying, like why are these guys so good at this or that. So that was kind of my left brain way that I went about it, along with like the spiritual side of things. But yeah, I just see hip hop or rap as like a ladder. Like it can hold you back. It can also propel you forward because I've seen people who have been trying to make it for like 10, 20 years. They're still on stage rapping a song that they have from 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And that was old. That was the old version of them. And the crowd is singing it along with them, and it's amplifying this frequency, and they haven't made it. They haven't gotten out of the rut because they keep amplifying this frequency, this prayer on stage. Everybody's feeding into it. It's like you gotta like continually write the story of your life in real time with your music, and continue to change your beliefs. So I'm sure I'm probably around 3 minutes right now. I could go off about this for a while, but I figured I'd keep it concise. But hip hop is hip hop is the most powerful force I've ever seen, and just conscious music in general is the most powerful force I've ever seen to inspire and empower people.
Amen. Thank you, Trev, for kicking us off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
I want to pass it off to John, Jack Radio. How you doing, brother? Love to hear a little bit about your journey, and
Sure,
feel
man.
free to pick up and
Yeah,
take
I
the
just had to
mic.
unmute. Yeah, man. Yeah, dog. Always been a hip hop head, man. Like I got brothers and cousins that are older that always put me on, and me with hip hop. I've always been sort of rebellious myself. So what really attracted me, just the whole culture, was like black dudes that felt that they would never be accepted. So they were like, "Fuck, we'll never be accepted. Let's just be ourselves." And in the process of them just being themselves, just start creating culture that other people started gravitating towards. I just love the rebelliousness of hip hop. Like, even with profanity, it's not a good thing to be profanity, like to speak like that, but it's just dope that they could just express themselves and then the whole world gravitated. I mean, hip hop's like the biggest culture on the planet for real when you think about it. That and then like Rastafarian culture and shit. But like, yeah, man, the rebelliousness gravitated me towards it. But I've always loved just the type the idea of being able to put poetry in rhythm with a beat, because hip hop is what made me get interested in all types of other music. I play instruments because of hip hop. I started rapping first. My older brother put me on to DJ Screw. I don't know if y'all know about DJ Screw from Texas, but he had these screw tapes where these dudes would just freestyle, and it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best freestyle, but they still put it out there. Like they would mess up on the tape. The quality was bad. And I'm like, man, if they can do it, I can do it. And then I got into it and started loving it and got into the boom bap East Coast. I'm thankful for my brother. He's a DJ over in Switzerland, but he listened to everything. And that really just sparked my interest with all types of things. I remember all his CD artwork in his room with like just all the different CD covers. I was just like, kid, he had a CD player hooked up to a car subwoofer in his room. That joint was just bumping all the time. So yeah, man, super musical beginning. Love just try to keep it quick. So yeah, man, just it's kind of hard. I can talk about rap forever, man, but all the different. It used to be regional in the '90s, so like that's what it kept it intriguing for me too. It was like The East Coast had a sound, the South had a sound. They had different messages, different slang, different cultures, but they would still connect, you know. So yeah, man, the variation, the freedom, man, like hip hop is too is like the only real sample culture. Like, like rap today is sampling from way back. You don't really see like rock bands like future generations really sampling like with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super deep, man. I'm from DC too, so I got into go-go music and yeah, man. I don't know if y'all know about that, but that got me into live music. Go-go is like a combination of everything too. So yeah, man, it's like I said, I can go on forever, man. I don't want to hold y'all up, man. We got a lot of testimonials, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, hip hop for life, man. Hip hop changed my life. Music just created so many connections, relationships, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That's all I really got, bro. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. But yeah, man, hip hop forever, man. You already know. It's great like that. You know what I'm saying? What up, Shingo?
What up, boy? What's happening?
Shingalang.
Yeah, great to hear it. I want to throw the mic to Artem. You want to pick up on that, and also love to hear how hip hop changed your life. What's the most important thing that you have learned on your rap journey?
Thanks, Jacob. Yeah. Where will I start? I think what made me want to get into rap was I used to go, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I used to go to Pennsylvania during the summer to the Poconos. And I used to go to this mall and, there was like a record store and I would like ask my mom to buy me some records. I bought some CDs and I remember buying like a couple of different hip hop records. And like I listened to a couple of them and I was just like trying to figure out what I liked or what was cool or whatever. And I remember, listening to the Marshall Mathers LP, and that's when I was like, whoa. I was like, that blew my mind. And I remember just hearing that. I'm like, nah, I want to go do this. Literally putting that down and just scribbling in a notebook. And from there, just writing. I must have been 12 years old. So I started writing since from when I was like 12 years old. And yeah, just kept writing. And then like at 16, a friend gave me this little like shitty mic, like like the shittiest little mic. And I remember having this program called Audacity. It was like the most basic recording program. And I literally just started recording stuff and doing like little videos of me rapping. And it was mostly just like verses. Like I would just rap bars and verses, and it wasn't really songs. And later I ended up moving to another house with my family and um in like the top floor there was like a little space. It was like kind of like an attic space, and I was like, can you make me a little studio? And we ended up padding out the whole thing, and that ended up being my studio. And that must have been like around 24, and like from like 24 to like 27 I was just super into rap. Like at some point a friend was like, oh, now we gotta get the tracks professionally mixed. You can't be mixing your own stuff, because at first I was just kind of mixing my own stuff. And yeah, just ended up started going to the studio, started shooting music videos, started performing at venues all across New York City. And yeah, and that was my identity. Like I was wrapped up in that for like 3 years. And at some point, I mean, there was a couple of threads that kind of, were bubbling through. Like I didn't feel aligned with a lot of the culture and a lot of the people and circles and stuff that I was moving through. It felt like there was like a lot of negativity and a lot of stuff that I felt like I was kind of starting to see beyond. And on top of that, I was like, I had to figure out how to make money. I wasn't making any money with rap. I was living at home with my girlfriend at my parents' house. So there was this kind of like pressure of like, what else, you gotta do other things. And that was kind of like a existential crisis that made me step away from music and pursue other things, do other things. And that kind of took me on the spiritual path. And yeah, maybe I'll stop there, because there's a coming back to music, and that was coming like slowly coming back to it. And actually, Jacob, you did an event at Philosophy Portal I want to say it was like spring, last spring or something like that. And that was like that really inspired me to kind of get back to making music. Even though I've been making music like here and there, but like that was like a nice little fuel. So I appreciate that. And yeah, I hope that we could kind of speak about some of the negative aspects too and some of the other stuff because I feel like there's a lot there in terms of this topic of spiritual gangster that I'd love to contribute to.
What yeah, really appreciate all of that, Autumn. And I know a number of you have had like significant periods where you stepped away from rap and coming back to it, and that's always fascinating to me, like the return to it. And of course, Autumn, you went on to podcasting in a really big way. I did the other side of it. I went from podcasting more into rap, and Jordan also, like, you've been massively involved in that. Um, Trevor, I'm a little less familiar with the full body of your work, but I know you're really involved in the conscious community, and I'm really interested in this intersection between how we're able to connect really deeply with the power of voice through the medium of rap in a way that then can translate through into other contexts of our lives and just allow us to be like vessels of inspiration as well. So I'm going to pass it off to brother JB here for a little introduction and yeah, what's been the most powerful teachings of rap for you, and also brother Shingo, if you want to jump in after JB, if you have any words to share on this, you're very welcome to.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Great to see everybody. This is really dope. This feels amazing to just be chilling with other rappers and hear you guys' perspectives on rap. Yeah, when JECRADIO was talking about hip hop changing his life, it reminded me of a couple of rap songs. There's that one where Kendrick goes like, "Fire burning inside my eyes. This the music that saved my life. Y'all be calling it hip hop. I be calling it hypnotize. Yeah, hypnotize. Trap my body, but free my mind. What the fuck are you fighting for? Ain't nobody gonna win that war." And then there's that one track, Hip Hop Saved My Life by Lupe. That's a classic where he's like, Reps no size, so he rocks them braids. 1,100 friends on his MySpace page. Stack that cheese, got 700 plays. Producer made him take it down, said he had to pay. Open mic champ 2 weeks in a row. XD boy with a B-boy flow glow like Leroy. You should see boy go. Got a daddy serving life and a brother on the road. Ooh, yeah, just connected me to like some of my favorite hip hop. I was 12, so like 22, 23 years ago, similar to Artem, when I think Eminem was the first rapper that I heard. I remember it was on like Now Volume 7 or whatever that was. It was like Without Me, I think. Like two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Ooh, guess who's back? I created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. So back of the jump start my heart quicker. Anyway, I could rap the whole track probably, but I think what it was about Eminem that sparked something, it was like the rawness, the realness, the cutting throughness, the masculine penetration, like the empoweredness. Hearing a man like in his power, using words as a samurai sword to cut through collective delirium and stagnation and just like penetrate with something. And I don't think I obviously wouldn't have put those words to it at age 12, but something about that was like a thunderclap, like a lightning bolt that hit me in the belly and was just like, shit, like, what is this? Like, this is, this is fucking crazy. So I just became a huge hip hop head basically from that day. Started making like parody rap videos in high school. To this day, one of the tracks of mine that had the most listens was like a kind of cult classic local parody rap video, a remix of Boys in the Hood by Eazy-E that some friends and I made in Spencer, Iowa, back in the day in high school. It had like 30 some thousand views before it was taken off YouTube for copyright things. So it became like a cult classic, was around for 10 years or something. Yeah. So anyway, I just fell in love with rap. I had like resistance to kind of going as all in on it as I wanted to because of being like a small town white kid from Spencer, Iowa. I think I felt like, dang, is this like, can I do this? You know, I had some limit, some like sense of resistance there. But I was just falling in love with rap, exploring like the far reaches. Like I fell in love with, Del the Funky Homo Sapien and MF Doom and, Milo, Mac Miller, Dunzo Donalds, and so many other rappers. And I probably been talking almost long enough, but just to quickly wrap it up, I started to just discover how vast the galaxy of rap music was and like the full spectrum of what it could be. And I started to feel like I started to intuitively understand it as a way to explore the full spectrum of my being playfully and be able to like bottle up these different moments and energies and archetypes and possibilities within myself into these kind of this array of wizard flasks. And then I could just like pop the cork on any one of those at any point in life and revisit that exact energy. And so I ended up dropping like it was when I moved to South Korea for a year that it really opened up for me. I was living in South Korea and I was like, okay, fuck it. I can make rap music. Like, who cares? I'm on the other side of the world now. So I started making a ton of rap music, performing in South Korea, and I just ended up making like 20 some projects over the last, I don't know, 12 years or something. And yeah, and I love just having that giant wizard cabinet of all these different elixirs that I've created. And I listen to my own music a lot. And it's like, ooh, this is the right thing on this day. Like, I need this kind of medicine right now. Like, and final statement, a shaman, a woman, Ashley DeLon of Kumankaya, told me once that our own voice has a power to heal us that no one else's voice has. And I think there's something to that, our own voice, like using it and hearing it. So yeah, that's been huge for me. And so yeah, all love to hip hop as a vehicle for expression and discovering our power, our love, our heart, our voice, and our relationship with God, with divinity, with the deepest aspects of reality. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really, really important thread you touched on there. And I think that sense for me of rap as self-integration and also almost like downloading oneself from the future or like downloading future parts. I actually was completely blocked with music. I tried violin, guitar, all these different lessons in school and was pretty convinced that I was not a musical person until about age 24 or something. So quite different to a lot of the homies who started writing at 13, 15. And I attribute my breakthroughs in significant part to LSD, which really unleashed a lot of creativity, but more than that, having an ex who was a singer and a music producer who just brought me into that space of play. And like, it felt so important to have that initial space of pure play and experimentation. And even at that time in like 2021, 2022, I was like meeting rappers from time to time, including JB, like the first time we met. And I was just like, still never thinking I was ever going to be able to be a rapper, but I was just like magnetized to spend time with these guys and ask them questions about how they got into rap and all this stuff. And eventually I did start just writing some really cringe raps that rhymed and it got moving from there. And then I found a mentor and I actually didn't get going with rap until I had a total like life incineration break experience, and like out of the flames and fire of that I found myself writing as like a survival, like I just need a fucking outlet, I need somewhere to move this energy, and I just started writing and writing and writing. And then Providence brought me to like a grime rapper, like a grime producer in the UK, and things went from there. And just another brief kind of milestone on that journey also was going to Kumankaya with Jordan for a Bufo and ayahuasca retreat in 2023, and after the medicine, like being in the medicine space with him and Coriello, and just like having that opportunity to play with other people who are further along in their rap journey, just like really helped to liberate and open the channel for me. So much more to say on this. I want to also give Shingo an opportunity. If you have anything to say on your rap journey, brother, and what rap has taught you, I'd love to hear it. Shingo, I also encountered in the Oceanside rap community with JECRADIO and saw this brother spitting bars, and I was like, damn, this guy's got like Kendrick Lamar energy coming through. So I was like, gotta talk to this guy.
You flatter me, you flatter me. Uh, I appreciate everybody sharing their journeys. It's always cool to uh, hear like the origin stories of where hip hop came into somebody's life. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy how different it can be, but also just how similar, people's stories can be with music. For me, my older brother, he was rapping in high school, and he's 3 years older than me. So, at that time, I was like an eighth grader going into ninth grade, and he would always like be outside in the side of the house, and he'd be like, "Yo, Isaac, come outside, check this out," and then he would just show me all his works, you know what I mean, everything that he was writing, and then there was sometimes he'd be stuck, right? He'd be stuck on a bar. He couldn't figure out what to say next. And I would always try to give him one, just whatever I can think of, whatever sounded cool. And the first time he used one of my bars, I was like, ooh. It's just like it was damn near surreal, like contributing to something I thought was amazing, being able to have him take that from me, being my older brother, someone I look up to, that right there really ignited the spark, and then from there throughout high school, I was using it more as an outlet than I think more than creativity at that time, just going through everything I was going through in those years, those formative years, a lot of anger, a lot of pain, just trying to figure out how to move it, and I felt like that was the best and one of the only ways that I found really moved that kind of energy, and then it wasn't until I just turned 21. So all throughout high school, writing here and there. But at 21, uh, a friend of mine, he was like 2 years younger than me, passed away, overdosed, and he was a producer. I was always over at his house. He was always showing me beats, and we would just like mess around and try to freestyle here and there. He passed away. That was a big hit, and again had all this energy and emotion that I didn't know what to do with and how to deal with it. I never experienced a loss of someone that close to me. So like music found me. It turned to me. It helped me out. I ended up writing a song for him, you know, um, in the perspective of him. He was no longer here, but I felt like that was like the best way I could honor him by giving him a voice, although through my perspective. But I felt like I was close enough to him that I could do that, you know. And so I'm 30 now. I've been, you know, taking music serious since I was 21. I'm kind of in um, that stasis space, I would call it. I'm not trying to step away from music, but I feel like music has been sort of rough to create just because of circumstances, living situations. I live in Idaho now. I don't live in Vista, California no more. So just like interesting to see how circumstances in your life can affect flow, you know, something that I relied on so heavily to be able to move that kind of energy is now harder to do. So I'm trying to now uh, find a way to like reintroduce myself,
Mm.
build that relationship back. I think in a new way. I think that's where I've been struggling. I've been trying to go back to the same way. because it's familiar, you know. But music is beautiful in the sense that it is always changing. It can always change, and there's so many different kinds of sounds. So I'm kind of in a I'm in a fun space, you know, like I'm lost. I'm lost, and it's not a bad thing, you know. It's always good sometimes to be lost, to wander, to be the wanderer, just to be the wind, you know. So that's kind of my journey with music, uh, currently where I'm at now, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing to just to be a creator.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Really honor you for bringing that story in. And it's not an understatement to say that hip hop has saved a lot of lives and brought us all back from the brink in various moments. You know, that experience of flow can be the difference between everything falling apart and everything coming together.
Mhm.
And yeah, maybe Autumn can speak more to the importance sometimes of actually stepping away from rap and into other mediums. But at this juncture, I want to transition us a little bit. We've heard some of the stories about how brothers got into rap and how it's been transformative for us personally, redemptive, I would say. And I want to shift our attention a little bit here to some of the broader context, specifically around the power of voice in this time of global crisis, meta crisis, what's needed from us as artists, connecting with our voices. And also in the context of this month of the spiritual gangster that we just held in the Resonant Man field in our men's circles and found to be extremely, extremely necessary and powerful medicine to be combining that spirit, that sacred call, that call to be in service of life with that gangster energy and that capacity to penetrate the world, that capacity to make moves, get shit done, and that sense of also bringing some swag and some juiciness to whatever is our calling and path. And those are two things that sometimes are on opposite ends of the spectrum. And sometimes for people becoming spiritual means not becoming gangster and vice versa. So I'm really interested in the alchemy of bringing those together. And for me, that question of like authentic voice is still lingering for me. Like, is it possible to find my authentic voice? Like, have I found it? Is it a horizon that I'm always going to be moving towards? Um, so I want to open that out. As some of you know, my journey into rap comes from years and years of focusing on this practice of dialogue, dialogos, the freestyle of dialogue, and really seeing how, just as in the freestyle on rap, we can come together, we can cohere, and we can start to create something beyond ourselves. We can do the same in dialogue. So I really encourage everybody to tune in to the music of the conversation for this next 20 minutes or so and really speak from the edge just as you would when you take up the mic. You don't know what you're going to spit, but you speak from the aliveness of the moment, and we can get it circulating and flowing in that way. And yeah, I'll open the floor to anyone who's feeling called to speak. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, I can just kick us off by saying there was a quote that came to mind earlier when people were talking. It's attributed often to Jesus Christ in the Gnostic Gospels. He says something like, if you bring forth what is within you, then what is within you will save you. And if you don't bring forth what is within you, then what you don't bring forth will destroy you from within. Something like that. And so I feel like that speaks to the heart of rap for me. And a lot of rappers I think feel like a star about to go supernova, like they're gonna explode inside, and they had to find a way to bring it out. They had to find a way to move the energy. They had to find a way to turn themselves inside out and share what they had with the world. And I think that's what the world needs from us as men, as rappers, as artists, from all of us really at this point, is our authentic truth and authenticity, what's inside us, to really bring it forward, to fully be ourselves and turn ourselves inside out. Because I think we are at a time where everything needs to come into the light. Everything is trying to come into the light. And I would say that the inmost light that has no opposite, the light that holds both light and dark, everything's trying to come into the unconditional love of God, you could say, to be released, to be transmuted, transfigured. And so the best gift we can give is to lead with our authenticity and show the world how to turn ourselves inside out and bring forth what is within us.
So beautiful, bro. Yeah, I'm so glad that you made this a conversation point. Because I was actually going to just speak about this anyways, but yes, it's so needed. Like I said before, like hip hop is one of the most transformative forces I've ever seen, and it's trippy that you put up Jesus, because I'm actually not religious or anything, but I read the story of the New Testament as if it's like the dopest like fantasy. You know, it totally could be real, and like I have a feeling that a lot of it was, but does not matter. Um, But what does matter is that Jesus at the time was like roaming the land with his homies. He brought the cipher with him, you know what I'm saying? And like he was going and cleansing the temple, and like my homie Jordan was saying, there's a lot of darkness coming to the surface. Like we all know, like the shit that's been on the news is wild, bro. Wild. And so we need the lions to come out of hiding, you know what I'm saying? Like they called him the Lion of Judah for a reason. And yeah, like truth is the highest king, is the highest ruler, the highest queen, like the highest authority in our life. And so I think it's our duty to go speak that truth. And Jesus even said that. He said, ye are the light of the world. And you don't hide your light. You don't put a candle under, I think he said, a bushel. I don't even know what a bushel is. But in the Bible quote, he's like, you don't put a candle like under the counter, you know what I'm saying? You put it up high in the house so it lights up the whole house. So it's like, I think we obviously came here for a reason at this time, like huge, really important reason. I think this is the most juicy time to be alive throughout all of history, at least measurable history. And I think it's absolutely epic. And I think we're us specifically in this call, we incarnated to go speak the truth in a time where it's needed most. And I love what you said, Jordan, about turning the inside out, and like, because it's like, I know, and my girl Sierra Marin, she has a song called Inside Out. Oh my gosh, she typed the words inside out as I said that. Oh my gosh. All right, it's getting a little bit weird here. But no, for real, like it's up to us to go cleanse the temples, you know what I'm saying, whether religious or not, to just bring truth to the light, to just bring truth out. And the truth is within us. All we got to do is just open it up. Like right now, I didn't plan to say any of this, but the truth is here for all of us to speak. So Jesus also said we're here to do greater things and more than he even did. So it's like I see huge ciphers with the hell of people, I see each of us on people like speaking the truth word, you know what I'm saying, like not as like, oh look at me, but more so like look at the truth within us, like the kingdom is within. And so that's what all my music's been about lately. So I love that you said that, like we have the opportunity to go tour, walk the earth, and speak the truth. So yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to keep going off that tip, if anything's sparked. I don't want to just like go off and
I just want to say one thing, because I don't know if you're seeing my message, Trev. If you could change your settings to remove background noise, it'd be great, because I really want to hear what you're saying better.
Okay, I will try to fix that.
We could definitely hear you, though. We could definitely hear you. I heard all your messages, and that was beautiful, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got bars from your track, The Truth, like running through my head right now, which is such a fire transmission with Illuminati Congo. And yeah, really, really appreciating that respinning of Jesus and that context. I've often thought about Jesus as shaman. You know, that's been a really radical way to re-relate to those stories. But thinking of Jesus as MC, you know, MC, master of ceremonies, mic controller, um, and that sense of like discovering the gospel within, you know, so much of us have been burdened with uh, external gospels, you know, to be conveyors of truths that are from outside of ourselves, and it's a whole other thing to really feel and find that truth within. And I also, you know, that sense of authentic voice, bringing out your story. I wonder if you guys here could speak a little bit more to that, because I think as artists, it takes an enormous amount of courage to move into that space of bringing out the truth of our lives, like bringing out the truth of our suffering, bringing out the truth of like visions that we hold and like visionary ways of seeing reality that might just be completely off the fucking map of normative reality as well. Like that takes courage too. And so can you speak to like, I don't know, like your philosophy of just letting that loose, and I don't know if there are any kind of like skills or ways of thinking about that that can help us as artists to more effectively bring the inside out, as you've spoken to.
Are you are you asking me in particular, or are you asking anyone?
Mike's hot, so go for it.
I mean, the first thing that came to me when you said that, and I'll let Shingo speak on it, but is just vulnerability. That's like the biggest sign of strength. Is speaking the truth that that you may not be so stoked. It's not like the most shiny sunshine and rainbows type truth. That's one thing I've had to overcome is like the imposter syndrome, because on social media and with our music, a lot of the times we'll just put the best parts of ourselves into it. Only the things that are like inspiring to us, but it's also important to be vulnerable, because that helps other people feel safe to be vulnerable as well. And it just makes people trust you a lot more. Like if you're vulnerable and you share what you've been through, and like the darker parts of you or what you think or whatever, then other people have felt that way too. Like we all get it, like we've all been through it. They're way more open to receive the light once you've been vulnerable with the dark. um I don't know if that answers your question, but I didn't really know the question. I just kind of, yeah. You can like re-clarify, or if
No,
homie
that's
Shake wants to speak, but
yeah, that goes above and beyond it. And I was also just thinking about that. Like I feel there's almost a tension, especially with rap, of persona. And like for me, I feel I've played with so many different personas. Like I've done like grimy UK style, I've done like California style, I've done all these different kinds of voices, and they all feel like me. And at the same time, I'm not sure if any of them are really like the true full me. And it's that sense of like finding one's way to a truer voice. And it does feel like a horizon that I'm moving towards continuously. And I feel that's a deeply spiritual process, and the journey with plant medicine and the journey of faith and prayer for me is really alive in relation to that. Like what we the depth to which we've allowed love to enter our bodies and our being and our spirit, the depth to which we've shed the tears and released the pain and spoken our loves and spoken our desires. I think that does actually change the quality of our voices, like tangibly, like the vibration can change. And that's a real trip to think about.
yeah,
Yeah,
the vocal
Shingo.
range changes with that.
Yeah, you guys made some fantastic points. Absolutely. I think in my journey, I think what got me to finding my own voice was just being the practitioner, you know. I learned a lot from reading the book The Alchemist, and there's a specific part of the story where the protagonist is, crossing the Sahara Desert, and his companion is an alchemist, right? But also with them is someone that is studying alchemy. And so the whole time through the desert, the studier is asking all these questions to the actual alchemist, the one that's practicing, the one that is actually doing, right? And when they finally reach the destination, the alchemist tells the young, I guess the young alchemist, the one that's studying, he's like, just do it. He's like, take all the knowledge you have, right? Not verbatim, obviously, but take all that knowledge you're studying and go try something. You know what I mean? Just like you were saying, you were doing all these styles, and I'm very similar in that sense. I have practiced different styles of hip hop, and with just like duality, we have all these different forms inside of us. We have all these different stories. We're not singular. We're very unique in that sense to where we can be multifaceted. You know what I mean? There could be multiple versions of us living inside of ourselves that need voices. You know what I mean? Like we can't deny them. So being able to practice in the sense of just doing it and getting those songs out kind of like makes room. So, and like it's almost like digging for gems. You know what I mean? Like you got to get rid of some of the dirt to get down in the soil to find the diamonds. So that's how I see it. All the songs that I've made that were not necessarily aligned with how I feel, my morals, like, and this is like talking like when I first started making hip hop, I was talking about all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's just because I thought that's what hip hop was. But if I didn't get all that out of me, I wouldn't have found like my voice, like the authentic, real Shingo that fucking is connected to the earth, to the people. You know what I mean? That tries to put a voice to the voiceless. You know what I mean? Being connected with the people, being connected through hip hop, through music. So just being the practitioner. That's I think that's the lesson.
Yeah, beautiful, Shingo. Thank you for sharing that. I was just gonna say that I feel like to address your question, Jacob, I feel like turning yourself inside out is like a muscle that you strengthen, and we just continually meet our edge with that. It's probably one of the biggest edges when you first start doing it. You first start putting the music out there or publishing the podcast or the blog posts or whatever it is, and you just get stronger over time. The more you do it through reps, you just care less and less what people think, and you keep leaning into those edges more and more. Like, oh, I'm actually kind of hesitant to hit publish on this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and that just keeps stretching your capacity. But I think to speak to true voice, I feel like the journey of finding your true voice is unending, kind of like the journey of finding God. In Orthodox Christianity, they have a saying, they say that God is inexhaustible, that there is no final attainment or final revelation because God's wellspring is literally inexhaustible and there's always further revelation to be discovered, further depths of communion. And I think as we discover those further depths, it's reflected in our voice more and more. So the fuller truth of our deep being continues to be embodied more and more and reflected further and further through our voice. And it's like a never ending, beautiful journey. But rap is one of the best ways to discover that. And I still remember one time in Costa Rica, a shaman gave me combo, like frog poison in my arm, and I basically collapsed on the ground, like shaking, and then let out this like fucking primal ass scream, like a roar. Like I thought I was dying, and I literally was like, like it was loud as fuck. And she was like, I think that's the first time I heard your true voice. And 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 it was deep though, because there's something about getting loud. There's something about letting that primal roar come through that can cut through layers of numbness, layers of falseness in the voice. There's so much you can explore with the voice. Like letting yourself get primal is powerful. And a lot of rap, you can get pretty primal. Like a lot of rap is like guttural and like, I'm gonna fucking show you what I fucking gotta say. You know, it's like you're fucking like spit. Like think about that term. It's like a viper. It's like venom. Like you're fucking channeling dragon energy. Like it's shamanic.
Mm.
It's yeah. I love hearing that, Jordan. The first time that your voice was that yell, but it's funny because that made me think about like for a long time when I would rap, I would like distort my voice and like try to make it sound more deep or something. And like for it became almost like a habit. And it took a long time to kind of let that go and to allow my voice to be more natural. And I think that there's actually so many layers to that. Like I think there's a lot. I think after I did ayahuasca, there was like a huge drop in the voice, like something cleared in the voice where it felt like I felt more connected to like my true voice. But yeah, like I'm really curious. I think there's so much more to explore there. I think even, you know, like I was, my parents basically told me that I wasn't musical or whatever. And I think they weren't wrong in the sense that I think some people are just have like a more of a musical ear and they're more gifted in that way. And I think over in my experience of rapping and coming across different people, like I've definitely met people that were way more talented than me because they would just pick things up. Um, Actually, this kid that I used to rap with, he was kind of like my partner. He was crazy talented. I mean, like I think at 16 he was just like bubbling up, and he didn't end up really going anywhere with the music, and I think he really went down a kind of a weird way from my perspective, just because he didn't have like I think that it takes a lot of like kind of inner capacity and discipline and that he didn't have those things. But like it and in terms of talent, like he was crazy talented. And I probably spent way more time and did way more songs than he did. But just like when he did put things out and then when he did rap, it was just like and his ability to kind of play with his voice and feel melody and all that stuff. So I think there's a varying capacity, but I think you can get so much better. You can get incredibly better. That's what people don't realize. Like through practicing, like you can get so much. Everybody starts and they're, terrible. Like when I was starting, my friends were making fun of me, and I was writing rhymes in my notebook, and my friends were making fun of me. And just you could get so much better. And I think Ed Sherwin, um, he talks about how he like used to suck as a singer, and he just kept practicing and practicing and doing training. So yeah, I think just like how you were saying, Jordan, that God is inexhaustible. I think voice is inexhaustible. I think your ability and creativity and your skill and your ability to become more intricate with lyricism or more intricate with voice and melody and flows. And I think I experienced that a lot too, is like, starting from just writing verses to actually, okay, I want to make songs now and I want to make melodies and I want to make hooks and like figuring out what makes a good song. And yeah, just like this progression and this ability to kind of hone your craft. Just wanted to kind of speak to that.
Yeah, we're cooking now. I want to keep the dialogue going a little longer. As always, if anyone needs to drop off for any reason, that's totally fine. But I want to keep the floor open, and if there's any voices in the room, also got a lot of friends here with a lot of wisdom. So if you have questions, if you have comments that you want to throw into our panel here, throw a hand up. We'd love to hear from you, and also Jack would love to hear from you if you have any thoughts. What's really alive for me, and I'd love to dial in just a little closer, is on this question of the spiritual gangster. Like, what does it mean to be a spiritual gangster for you in your own life? Like, what does that look like? What is the dimensions of that? Or maybe you don't even resonate with that kind of archetype, but for me it feels like there's something in that spiritual gangster that these conscious rappers that I'm looking at kind of hold the hold the secret sauce about thinking that through. And For me, it feels like the direction of liberating the true voice, liberating the aliveness, because it can be a vulnerable and extremely like tender and sacred thing that you're trying to bring forth, but there's still like you almost need that gangster expansion to like I'm gonna make space around myself to bring out what's really true inside and to recognize that that's deeply important.
Yeah, to speak to that, I feel like the when I think of the spiritual gangster, I kind of think of how the full spectrum of our being, any qualities, any archetypes in the world, any energies, if they're brought into unconditional love, they can kind of be baptized and transfigured and reintegrated in a beautiful way. So if you take the gangster and you bring the gangster, the inner gangster, into unconditional love, the gangster can set down its burdens, set down like the possible distorted aspects of gangsters that you might see in gangster movies, and you can integrate the qualities that you would want from the gangster, such as like relentlessness, drive, focus, the capacity to get it done, or like a mobster, like organization, structure, running a business, being responsible for a lot of people, having a sense of loyalty, having a sense of directness, a sense of sharpness, a sense of capacity to be straight with people, a sense of like managing your money, handling your business, handling your affairs. There's like a lot of really powerful masculine qualities that you can integrate from the gangster. And if those are brought under love, under God, they can be healthfully integrated so that you become THUG, truly humbled under God, a thug, which is an acronym Jacob and I like to play with. THUG, truly humbled under God.
Love to hear also, Trev, like how are you thinking about this in the context of sovereignty and like helping artists actually, from what I understand, like get their shit together in the world.
So that in the context of the spiritual rap, that you're saying? Um, okay, first of all, can you guys hear me all right? Is there background noise? I think I
Yeah.
changed the setting all right.
No, it sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Um, so yeah, I have so many things going on. So sovereignty is like it's its own thing. It's like us creating a sanctuary for artists. So, you know, the end goal is to have a luxury retreat center for artists and sanctuary so artists can come and make music and like kind of get away from the density of like the city and just like get into a space with nature where you can just eat off the land and just like feel fully free to be supported while you create. And there's also, you know, um, a producer there, content expert there, you know, marketing, branding, all the things. So like when you leave, you don't have to worry about any of that shit. Like your whole release strategy is already filmed, edited, like everything's done. So that's kind of the ultimate vision. But we do these new Earth councils, so we talk about the changes that are most needed in the world on a daily basis and an individual level to actually come into alignment with that future. Um, so I mean, just in myself, like I like have that world, and then I also have my hip hop, and then I also like coach artists and I build websites and the infrastructure for artists for their career. So just bringing all these into alignment has been quite the journey to where I don't have to like, because it doesn't feel good to like separate parts of my life for me. Like I love to bring things into alignment, like everything is accomplishing the same goal, and it took a long time to get to that point. But just yeah, just about the like the spiritual spiritual gangster. I feel like there's so many qualities that we can retain, like Jordan was saying. And what I like to retain is the biggest thing that sticks out to me is like the matter of factness and like the sharpness when speaking. Like it's almost like ignorant, like or arrogant, I guess you could say. Um, but when it's brought into love, it's turned into like this sharp clarity that just cuts through, kind of like you were saying. And you know, you can still walk. I still walk like I guess a little gangster. I was never really a gangster, like you know, gang banging. Definitely like a lot of drugs and stuff, but I definitely never like shot anyone or anything like that. But like I still have that street like accent. I still have this street way that I walk. Um, And yeah, just like I feel like authenticity is the highest frequency, they say. They also say love is the highest frequency. I think that kind of reveals that our authentic selves are loving. Um, but yeah, and I still rhyme with like slang words and stuff. Like I'll put manners of speaking into what I'm saying, like um, not really intentionally. It just kind of happens that way. Like it's almost like that one quote, "You can't take the." I don't know if I resonate with saying I'm a gangster or like street or whatever. Definitely got that vibe though, especially just being a rapper. But you can't take the street out the street person. I don't even know what the quote is. Um, but yeah, I mean I perform my prayer form, my raps at like my calls for sovereignty and stuff, and I've been also integrating it more so by playing guitar. I feel like most rappers are like it's just their voice, and I feel like a lot of rappers do not get places that they want to go because they put themselves in this box and then they think they're the shit to the point where they don't have to get better at all, and then they just become bitter old heads who are never made it because they're not willing to learn like how can I actually access different parts of my voice, how can I actually sing, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the most gangster things to do is be able to sing and like play an instrument too. Like there's so much more we can do, and I see very few hip-hop artists slash rappers who are integrating other things like other instruments, and that's very attractive. That's very magnetic because not a lot of people are doing it, and it's challenging AF. Like to play the drums and rap at the same time, like this is already a drum set. Like rapping is basically like drumming with your mouth with with a melody. I mean, and so yeah, just like adding that diversity is like helps bridge those worlds. I feel like, and allowing yourself to get a little bit more soft. You know, like I've been like singing more and getting more vulnerable and soft. And then when I do rap and I'm like, it like hits that much harder. So I like start my sets off like super slow, super soft, still like dope lyrically, you know, with a little bit of cadence and stuff. But then like later on the line, I'm drop the banger track and they're like, whoa, what? But if I started with the banger track, you know, they would be like, oh, cool, you know, just another rapper or something, you know? So
Mm.
just like, yeah, infusing your music with that diversity um, you know, not being too rigid and hard. That's part of the gangster archetype that is, I guess you could say, out of alignment or out of unconditional love is like guarding your heart so much. You don't let yourself be seen. You don't let yourself feel. You're just like, "God, I'm a hard ass type mentality, and um, it's not healthy."
Mm. Yeah, I really commend you, Trev, for jumping on those different genres. I actually think that's a really, really important insight for us. Um, there's a bar somewhere in Jordan and Mai's album, Christ Awaska. I think it's on Thug or something, but I'm like rapping about like educate, like transforming education. And it's like adaptability, liminality, and actuality, preparing for a world that changing faster than the wind to grow up, blow up on the pages, how we finna phase shift. And it's kind of that vibe of like we're in an intense mode of global transformation in which all the assumptions, like institutional assumptions, like if I do this training or if I do this job or if I go to this university, then I will be able to operate in the world effectively. And that's just not fucking true. We're in such an intensely liminal time. And so that capacity that Trev's pointing to in the musical context of like being able to have the softness and humility, courage to bring your gift into different shapes and different forms. Like, great, you might have connected with the timeless sacred truths of the wandering Yeshua mystic, but can you translate that into a meeting with some really like straight headed business kind of people? And if you can't, you've really limited the reach of that message. Um, I also was really struck, Trev, about how you describe your performance as prayer form or prayer performance. And I wondered if you could just say a little bit around how you're thinking about music as prayer and performance as prayer.
Oh yeah, I love talking about that. So, Yeah, you know, I love like wordplay. So obviously, like when I realized the word prayer was like you could put it in performance and it still sound like performance. Like I love doing shit like that. So, but I mean, just in general, like you know, you don't want to be performing. You know, like we're not just like some performance act. Um, well, sometimes it's good to perform, but like in bed, you don't want to like be focused on performance. You know what I'm saying? You want to just have fun. You just want to like love. You just want to be intentional, and that is how I want to show up to my sets. Like, because if I try so hard to create the perfect set and I plan the transitions and like everything like that, and like I'm still working on like not being too strict on like the order of the songs and everything, but just like go out and be intentional and be present. They say hip hop is so present you can't unwrap it, and yeah, so it's like literally like how can your stage presence inspire people in a way that's not like, hey, look at me, I'm up on this stage, like higher than you, like literally higher than you. That's like my favorite thing to do is dissolve that whole those roles of performer and audience, and literally jump down into the audience. That's why I like having a wireless mic. Get down into the audience, connect with people like while I'm rapping, um, and get on their level, you know, because they're not going to hear you if you're not on their level. They're just going to, some people will judge you because they feel intimidated because you're like on the stage, you know, trying to, and then other people will look up to you as if you're like the Messiah or something. Like for first 5 years of my music career was just like all the homies were like, dude, blah, blah, like, you're like the best fucking rapper, bro. Like, you're gonna blow up, blah, blah, blah. Like, and it was just like, and they wanted to do it too, but they don't realize that it just takes a shift in beliefs. But yeah, the whole prayer thing, like it becomes a collective prayer when you're performing, prayer forming. It's like any. I always tell people at the beginning of my sets, like this: the infinite power of the spoken word is too real. Whatever you speak, you build. And so, um, I tell people like take what resonates and leave the rest. Like, don't only take what resonates, but amplify what resonates. Because when you're a group of people like that, and your intentions, which carry an electric signal, and your emotions, which carry a magnetic signal, combine to create an electromagnetic frequency, and you can measure that in one group. What up, brother? Good to see you, my G. Homie just walked in, but sorry guys. um yeah, like you're all like hopping on the same wavelength, so it's like you got to be intentional about what you're programming yourself and other people with, because your beliefs create your reality. The things that we think become beliefs. And so I make people aware of that. I'm like, hey, some of you guys may not agree with me, that's cool, like only take what resonates. And I always like to destroy that hierarchy and that illusion of performer and audience. I always tell people like, I hope you guys just remember tonight that like you are speaking to you through me. Like there is no me and you. It's just love, and that's the unspoken truth. And so if you guys resonate with it, then amplify it, you know, take it with you, make it yours. It is yours. It's not mine. I don't own these words. Like I don't own any of my music or my art. So it's not a performance. It's a prayer, a conversation with Jah, conversation with God. And we gonna allow whatever's meant to come through. And the glory is always to the Most High. So yeah, making it more conversation and making it more real, like making it more interactive, and then also like improvisational. Getting the emphasis wrong on that, but the improv. You know, when people witness something that you don't plan out, it seems that was like way more magical. So I know I said a lot on that, but yeah, it's a prayer. Make that stage an altar. Saying.
That was dope. That was dope. Thank you. And I really feel like it's helping me to shift my paradigm of understanding around performance, because I've felt a lot of blocks and challenges around that. I'm still working with. And so learning how to approach it in a way that draws me more towards connection with other people, more than feeling like, oh, like here's me and I'm like trying to be like this thing for
Yeah.
everybody else, you know?
And last thing I gotta tie that up with is just like literally the vulnerable aspect. Like when you have shows on tour like every single day, and like I'm not only doing that, but I'm also guiding meditations like all the time and stuff. It sucks when I feel like shit, or like I feel like I'm in a bad headspace or negative vibe, whatever. I can't show up and fake my way through it. you know, because I make really positive, inspiring music. I can't get up on stage and like pretend like I'm all positive and inspiring when I feel like negative. So I get up on stage and I say, "Hey guys, like I feel like shit today. Like this, you know, and like I'm not at my best, but like I'm showing up anyways. Thank you guys for loving me as I am, and like you know, anything I can be vulnerable about, the better, because then it's more juicy. And by the end of the set, they feel like they know you, and that's how you create super fans, like people that will rock with you for your whole life and like buy your merch when you post that shit. And like, yeah, it feels like gotta keep it real. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm really glad you included that. Um, yeah, I want to pass this around, maybe just do one more quick round of the room to close out the dialogue section. That was super juicy. So anything that's come up for you, Autumn, Jordan, things you want to include. I would also love to hear from the ladies in the space. If you have any words to share with us on this, we would love to hear from you. And Jack Radio, of course, if you have anything else. And then after that, we'll just open up. Probably play a track from Christ Owaska. I think Autumn has a track he wants to play. If we want to play around on some beats, I'm super down to do that too. We might, yeah, go from there. So, yeah, any closing bars from you guys? Super welcome.
Yeah, man, I would say for like performance, getting comfortable, man. Hold on, let me cut my camera on, my bad. I would say for performance, getting comfortable, man, just do it. You know what I'm saying? I was telling you before, like any chance you get, man, just dive into it, because as soon as you get that repetition, bro, it's just like, okay, I understand these people. It's comfortable. It's like anything in life you want to do that seems challenging, you just dive in head first. For real. That's what's helped me with our performance, you know. I want to get to more like positive type of music. My music's not negative. I would say it's more like secular, but like, you know, I forgot where I was going with that. I'm baked a little bit. My bad, people. But yeah, though. Yeah, man. Like I said, just dive in. Don't be afraid, man. Like, yeah, your rap persona is just your like alter ego, man. You got to share it with people. You know what I'm saying? They feel that. So yeah, man. Just a little
Mm.
quick little rant, brother.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I want to also weave in Laura here. Congrats on the new medicine track, Aguita, sister. Great to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me. This is so inspiring. I've been hearing all of you, and my heart's just like really, really happy to hear your your journeys. On my own journey with music, and this is all really nourishing and inspiring. Um, yeah, I just released my first song, and yeah, it's like I'm on a journey of integrating all these parts of myself, because as you all said, we are this multifaceted beings, and there's so many parts of ourselves that want to be seen and expressed. And I realized that I've been my biggest um judge. I've been my biggest obstacle. So right now I'm in a space where I'm like really trying to get away from perfectionism and any kind of judgment that I can have towards myself and my creation, whatever wants to come through, and then just allowing. And one of the things that have been really in my mind and that have helped me to just keep going and not listen to those voices that are there um, all the time, because that's the reality. And it's that, well, we are in this moment where everything is just going to be created by artificial intelligence, and that is going to be perfect, right? But eventually I would like to hear something that makes me feel that I am actually listening to a human, and that is something that I will definitely want to infuse my creations with. That yeah, just like that authenticity, that raw, imperfect, perfect expression has been kind of like my latest motivation. So thank you so much for inviting me here, for sharing and listening. And gracias, Echo. Much love.
Gracias a ti. Con gusto.
Uh-huh.
I love that point about AI and how AI is now creating music and it could create like these perfect tracks in like seconds, and like actually there being a need for like the humanness and the imperfection. So I thought that was an interesting point. And I mean, there's a lot I can say about inner critic, and I think that's an ongoing journey for me, and like what role that plays, the filtration of what you consider to be good or not good, or what to release, what not to release. But I wanted to say a couple of words on the spiritual gangster theme, because yeah, I haven't really thought about that much till you know threw up that archetype, Jacob, and invited me to this event. So I was thinking a little bit about it. But I think when we think about like what it means to be a gangster, like the code is like basically death before dishonor. It's like I will never let somebody, you know, disrespect me. I'd rather die than be disrespected. And I think the difference for me when I think about spiritual gangster, it's like dying for things that really matter, that aren't necessarily like egoic things. Like it's not about, you know, somebody saying something and you having to get into a fight with them. It's actually about being in integrity with you and being connected to what really matters. I think one example of a spiritual gangster is Thich Quang Duc, which is a lot of people don't know his name, but that was the Vietnamese monk that set himself on fire, you know, to protest the Vietnam War. And he didn't flinch, you know, he just sat there in meditation posture and didn't move while being engulfed in flames. And he was willing to die for what mattered to him. And it wasn't like something egoic at all. So I think the spiritual gangster, it's almost like an inversion of what we typically think of a gangster. I think it's also like not being able to be bought. It's like being in such alignment and integrity with yourself that you're not bought, you're not able to be bought. And something I recently heard is that, you know, actually the less self-absorbed we are, the less likely we are to be manipulated, the less likely we are to kind of go off alignment. So yeah, to me, those are just kind of some threads that resonate with this idea and this archetype that you've thrown up, Jacob.
That was deep.
Yeah, that was. Thank you, Artem. I could throw out a couple final comments. I had one thing come up earlier when Artem was saying that like everybody uh, is not good when they start off rapping. But I had one of my favorite rappers once told me, "Your first raps are your best raps," and I like I like that reversal actually because there's something so pristine and so pure and so nostalgic about listening to your first raps, like when you first had the courage to pick up the mic and lay something down, and it might not be technically proficient, but there's something like it's like the moment you lost your virginity. There's something like so pure and so you know precious about that and like playful. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. And I also resonate with people are saying about how we're very multidimensional beings. We have all these parts and aspects. We have like a whole ecology of being within us. And rap is a way to give voice to all those different aspects. Like I've done a lot of different voices in rap, like not just like different characters, like done like feminine voices and kind of like fairy voices and like deep booming god voices and like demon voices. Like I've played with the full spectrum of archetypes out there in existence that I'm aware of for the most part. And the crucial piece for me is like you can play with all of that, and if you can bring all of that into that container of all pervading unconditional love, then you can basically redeem all of existence within your music. If you can hold all of that in that container of unconditional love, it like baptizes, redeems, transmutes, and transfigures all aspects. So that for me is the keystone in life in general, is that all pervading field of unconditional love that is always with us. And if you can tap into that, connect people to that in any way that we can, I feel like that's really at the core of our work on earth at this point. And I think perhaps especially as men, a lot of us are men in here, rappers, men, I think the darker masculine shadow has been one of the most afflictive forces on the planet, right? Like the masculine's distorted, the collective masculine's distorted relationship with sex, money, and power, domination, and violence has like resulted in gargantuan quantities of bloodshed and horror in our history. And there's like this huge amount of collective masculine shame around that, and kind of like unclarity around how do we work with that? Where do we go from that? And so I think to dig deep, dredge the bottom of the ocean, and find those potentialities even within your own being. Find the potentiality of the worst horrors, the worst violence within your own being, and bring it into pure love. Bring it into pure love. And there's ways of doing this through music, but beyond music, just doing that in general, I think.
Did you do that on ayahuasca?
That's the type of thing you might do on ayahuasca. Yeah. I mean, that to me is like some of the deepest collective healing that we're in need of. That very dense collective masculine shadow, all love to everybody. I'm not trying to judge our species at all, but we've been missing the mark. We've been missing the mark and roundhouse kicking ourselves in the face repeatedly for millennia in some very brutal ways. And so we have to find a way to bring that darkest material into the light of unconditional love. So that's, yeah, my closing statement on that, I guess.
Yeah, mic drop, mic drop. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, so I just want to take a moment here to honor and close the podcast portion of today, this recorded section of the dialogue, and just absolutely thank all of you. Massive, massive respect to you all for coming out and dropping these truth bombs and dropping these bars, and also for going on the journeys that each of you all have been on to get to the place of being able to even articulate and share some of that, because it starts as a solo journey, and then at some point you start to be able to share out the medicine with others. So yeah, my deep gratitude, and just offering my prayer and blessing that each of you continue to be amplified in your Jedi powers, on the mic, off the mic, to propagate and liberate human potential with your bars and poems. Yeah. Thanking you all, brothers, for this. And yeah, I'm gonna now initiate a little transition here. I'm actually gonna invite Jordan to play a track from Christ Ayahuasca, which is gonna be our project, inspired by coming out of the medicine of Peru for me back in April, and working with Jordan to liberate that energy. We got a track on there called Twin Dragons, which goes pretty hard. But yeah, this is my first debut album, and it's also a medicine album. And I know, Artem, also you had mentioned you wanted to share a project today, so please do send that to me. And yeah, I would love to jump on a little freestyle. I feel like this event has just been the beginning of a whole new field of potentiality and possibility, and yeah, honored to bring all of you all together, and I hope the threads will continue to connect as you go around on your global rap pilgrimages.
Yeah, this has been super dope. I love connecting with artists. This is amazing. So yeah, this is Twin Dragons off Jacob and I's forthcoming album. Happy to get us started with this. And if y'all want to share some of your music after this, I'd absolutely love to hear other people's music as well, and freestyle with y'all. So this is Twin Dragons. Enjoy.
Yo, Jay Breezy was good. Peace. Every moment Easter right now, Christ risen, Virgin Mary, tantric union, holy vision, holy mission. set the kids free. Heaven on earth, all blossom organically. Candidly, I tell you that I love you. I see you, I meet you, hug you, not above you. Soulful thug, truly humbled under God. Damien Steppenwolf, they say I'm too odd. Well, me, truly love my silly weirdness. Life be like a yin-yang cocktail of fear and bliss. I steady kiss both sides of all polarities. Hold them in Christ's love, they unify merrily. Twin dragons like DNA, ascend and descend. Divine love is holy grail, purest medicine. Allow all parts to come home, set down burdens. Hold all inner children to my breast, how mothers nurture. Vertical, horizontal, Christ cross integration. Omnidirectional love brings wholeness. My name is JB. Guess I got lots to say. Integrate my anonymous, and my Sasha Grey. Watch me play, I'm Slim Shady and I'm Marshall. Hold them all in love, they blossom so artful. Hearts full, because I gave my love away. Giving is receiving, infinite abundance way. Receiving is giving, Christ bless. Trust God, I love you, no stress.
This culture, not Rick Ross, I crisscross my eyes, how I dip close and drip sauce across the pages, adding cold the rhymes and rebounding intertwined, booking the light, Trachuna and the vine, so I know I think I'm fine, cause I'm really, really flying, said I'm really, really flying, so I gotta spit a word for the juicy mamas, kids in pajamas, chalky s'mores and smoky fires, and keep them wise, a family ties, it intergenerational transmission, keep it going, passing wisdom on the fly. Philosophically, don't gotta know the answers, G, just gotta be, participate and truly, freely, discovery, easily, that magic room for Ron Weasley, fuck the school, university, student debt, know we finna be, gotta be reimagination, foundation, society, wisdom, truth, education, come and give the kids what they really wanna do, real skills, capacity, adaptability, liminality, and actuality, prepare them for a world of changing, faster than the wind to blow up on the pages, how we finna phase shift, how we finna phase shift. Same species, different conscious, all the past we seek to prosper, control, capitalistic, techno-autistic futures, what we really wanna profit, G's, please, all my prodigies and prophets be, follow God, build the kingdom, step by step, propagate and liberate, and creatively, the agency, break the chains through the doors, the lock mentality, heart like acid be, weaving through epistemologies, that's my radical ontology. And pretty soon you gotta see that my fucking techne coming like the feng shui. So I told you get out the way, your culture pilgrim, he ain't here to play. Fourth dimensional LA, get out the way, new generational flame, we leading through. The wisdom soared high like the angel winds fly, we coming high.
One love, I love you.
What Christ Ayahuasca on March 25th, gonna be dropping tracks on that. Also some words from the maestro Remy Deluan, ayahuasca Christic monk on there, so that's gonna be tight. Next up we got a track
Fire,
from Artem.
bro. I just had to say, dude, come on. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, bro. Thank
That was
you, bro.
lit. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, Autumn, you should be able to share audio now.
This eternal, you could never put this light out. Can't remember how these rappers put the mic down. It's temporary, if I did it, it's to find out. Do I love it, did I do it for the lifestyle? Blowing ooey, had the ism in the white out. Now the new embody wisdom like a night owl. Tell these kids, be like Kendrick, put the Drake down. Kill the beef like the butcher, cause the steak's wild. Westside Gun and they forgot where the breaks now. That Conway ain't such a great route. Stuck in the system, I'ma show them how to break out. Quiz an elder like an old bear, that's my old name. But I don't wanna go there, cause that's a place where I never get to show fear. Instead I'm driven by my demons like a dope head. Celiacs, stay allergic to that cornbread. Greedy cats turn hero for that long bread. I'm in between long, my family is all fed. Cough meds, everybody leaning on me. Off heads, if anybody's scheming on me. Overthrow 'em like a tyrant king. Cold red, you hear it when the siren rings. She was choker, so I hit her with the Heimlich thing. I'm so sharing. And all we needed was a good enough parent. The teacher's right without acting like a Karen. I had a crisis of identity. Thought I knew myself, but who did I pretend to be? I thought I'd make it in this game. Couldn't play by the rules, I'm a motherfucking renegade. I thought I'd do this to the grave, but I had to die early, part of me still on the stage. Music pulsing through my veins, memories of broken dreams. All the pain I overcame and I'm the shame. Now I feel it all again, from decay like MOP. Never saw a little fame, huh? Now I know it's for the better, cause it made me grow wiser. Most these rappers only clever, and the money just a trap. If you're contract with the devil, boy, your soul's like Flight Club. Persuade you with the letter, huh? Had to get my numbers right. I've been nice with the letters, just like Vanna White. Had to get my numbers right. I've been nice with the letters, just like Vanna White. Tesla Roasters, Tesla Roasters. A lot of bread on the shoes, Louis loafers. Amber Roses, the groupie poses. Sold us a dream and it came with a psychosis. Brainwash us, a diagnosis. Now you know you're cool, hypnosis. My fit Klein, not Calvin, but now all we know. Logo on the drip, diamond testing is a coney. No signal and the flow looks solid, but they phony. Live a king in the ring, I'm embarrassed for your homie.
No signal and the flow looks solid, but they phony. Live a king in the ring, I'm embarrassed for your homie.
Damn, son.
Damn. Artem is fucking back in the game,
Holy
son.
shit. That's a new
Gee.
track.
That's a new record, and I just want to say it's called Rap Wisdom, and that was actually the first record I made after the session that you did, Jacob, on Philosophy Portal. That shit was like, and I've been working on music all these years. I'm sitting on records, I got some records, but that was like it was like a big shift. I'm like, damn, it was like a coming full circle moment. So appreciate you, man.
That's what it's all about, man. Feeling the collective alchemy. A shout out to Cadell, who is also somewhere in the back right now. Cadell, for organizing that event. You were indirectly responsible for that amazing track. Damn, we're gonna have to get all the boys in the studio at some point. Be super blessed if you got some unreleased material. Maybe you want to drop on us today.
Let's go. Can you guys hear me all good?
Yeah, can you hear you?
All right. Can I play the guitar for y'all?
All right. Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah. Just make sure the noise canceling doesn't cut you out. Sometimes it does that.
Yeah, you know, let's go back to this just in case. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about the guitar with the voice?
Can hear it, yeah.
It's all good?
Yeah.
All right. Get this chord. I find peace and kindness in the guidance of silence, cause the softest of all things overrides the hardest. I'm just the artist, and the artist where the heart is. We're just the omen away from home, and you know the soul is what God is. Focus solely on my goddess, what God is here is the starters. The ending is where the start is. The movie of life start us with beautiful light. The truth in my heart blossoms. What a beautiful life that we are. We are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are. We We the macrocosm, we the universe, and it's an after party of the new earth. We choose truth over ego, do it for the people. Too fly, I don't need to prove my worth. Observe the mind, shed my karma, follow my dharma, I do my work. Every soul is God, every soul is God, so I focus on who I can serve. Learn from grandmother Aya, mother Gaia, and father fire to shed desire, and use my words with love to inspire you to learn about the oneness inside of us. Flying up higher, and we become the Messiah. The soul is opening up like a lotus in the sun, fully woken up, no longer stuck in Maya. Or the will of some cyber, revealing nirvana. We father the will of the Father, we build, never falter. Yakusakarada, we heal from the water. See through the drama, breathe in the prana. Consciousness is bliss, Satya Ananda. The beat of my heart is a mantra that leads to the start of a kingdom of art. We are the kings and the queens of it all. This song's a cathedral, and the beat is the altar. We keep getting stronger. We are the masterpiece, we are the sculptor. We are the book of life, look inside, we are the author. Follow my heart through these pages while I'm high fly through the matrix. Going fast, almost crashed a couple 100 times, cause a monkey mind tried to drive the spaceship. But here we are on another plane. Blew up when I didn't want the fame. Grew up when I learned to love my pain. Washed up when I got above my shame. Learn from the children and burn with the feeling of love and internal fulfillment. My words give me healing. I merge with the earth to give birth to the urge to serve my purpose on earth as I burst through the ceiling. And we are the only kingdom that can come. Neo, you're the one. Awaken from the dream, learn to see where you sink into the rhythm of the drum. Chicka, 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 feeling like we won, but it's never done. Soon as the moon sets, here comes the sun. Soon as the sun sets, here comes the moon. Quiet the mind that we hearing the truth. Let's go. I just humble myself in the quietness. Let go of my centered righteousness tenfold. Info, bingo, spit palms and soul. So every soul sees enlightenment. I am brilliance. Feel this, I am stillness. You and her and I, we'd see it through. Cause for the truth we die and get crucified. Still seeing through the universal eye. Observe the mind, shed my karma, follow my dharma. I do my work, I know I'm God. I know I'm God, so much more than a human on earth. Still learning the guitar, but I perform with this thing every like set, and I say every set I'm like still learning, so it's just good practice. So thank you guys for letting me share.
Fire, fire.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Trev. Bless us on that one.
That was
I'll have to show you
unbelievable,
the
bro. That was
break-in.
amazing. Thank you.
Gratitude. I loved your guys' track too. I have to show you the song that I wrote that was inspired by me getting crucified on ayahuasca. I feel like you guys would resonate with that.
Is that a release track, Trev, or is that
It's on my next album. Coming out
okay?
so.
Yeah, we're all on the Christic ayahuasca frequency out here, so definitely down to listen to that. You have to come through Christ Fire, Kumankaya, December 2026 will be right in the mix. I just got this track from Shingo. I'm so stoked to hear this, man. Shingo, Ramsey, these guys together, when they rap together, it's a whole other level. Let's see if this plays straight off WhatsApp.
Wow, everything self-serve, don't mind if I do. I ain't coming back with a single plate, bringing the food. See, my appetite is been like a lion trapped in a zoo, with big dreams of being in open plains. Seeing your dinner up in the distance, now's your time to make a move. Fall in, hit the spots where you're completely out of view. All in, give it your all, gotta feed more than just you. Beautifully in community with lions you like you. Need a back to move, for a lot that's true. But why we gotta kill each other just to pay for the boo? Like skeletons in your closet came from an angel or two, perfectly executed like headshots, John Will's boo. The I am you, see everything that I can do, cause I am you. That mean you're the highness too. The height of your mind can't reach all this lightness too. Know you feel the pressure, that's how you make diamonds too. Take your time now, we really on the grind now. Hidden the visions depicted, we picking up the signs now. I be getting high, but my supplier is life now. Couldn't pipe down, fucked up, it gave me the mic now. Hopelessly positive with it, that's just a cynicism. Independent, I'm highly relying on my mysticism. Last of a dying breed, killing it just like Riddick did 'em. In the middle of my own exorcism, like I wasn't bred to listen, but I inside is shifting that minimum. All this knowledge we're putting down, hope you're picking it up. Start to self-sabotage and started filling my cup. I'm up now, tripping if you think I bum down. Everything self-serve, don't mind if I do. I ain't coming back with a single plate, bringing the fuel. See, my appetite is big like a lion trapped in a zoo, with big dreams of being in open plains. Seeing your dinner up in the distance, now's your time to make a move. Fall in, hit the spots where you're completely out of view. All in, give it your all, gotta feed more than just you. Beautifully in community with lions just like you.
A situation is severe trial, only under intense amounts of pressure. Diamonds are formed, that thought gives me hope to keep pushing through the storm. Find my balance in a beautiful place for me to establish a foundation, to plant seeds and manage my contributions to this earth since birth. If I'm struggling, I need to plant my hands and feet in some dirt and breathe. Recenter my energy, mind elevated through understanding of natural frequencies as well as cosmic. Cup full of that ancient tonic. The remedies my Dada provides are pure and honest. So love yourself first, you got the tools to be the strongest. All that you gotta do now is harness the power of will, consistency, passion, and training, as well as the mastery of skill and how to maintain it. How long shall they kill our prophets while we all stand aside and look? I was put here to serve my people, break the chains, rewrite the book.
Walking together on this road to Zion with our heads held high. Babylon cannot rule I and I. Through propaganda and algorithm they try, but millions unify with clear minds. Walking together on this road to Zion with our heads held high. Babylon cannot rule I and I. Through propaganda and algorithm they try, but millions unify with clear minds. Everything self-serve, don't mind if I do. I ain't coming back with a single plate, bringing the fuel. See, my appetite is big like a lion trapped in a zoo, with big dreams of being in open plains. Seeing your dinner up in the distance, now's your time to make a move. Fall in, hit the spots where you're completely out of view. All in, give it your all, gotta feed more than just you. Beautifully in community with lions just like you.
Scribe of all scribes, crossing thieves, ink blind eyes. The scroll that flows so divine. Age of Aquarian living. You gon' need your 3 eye to see the return of the atlas in the sky. I will never coming down on this road to Zion. Feel the presence of rhyme. Stop and smell the time. Don't you dare lie on a lion. I'll bring a knife to the mic, fight like my ninth life's on the line. 25 ways to grip the snake with the lion's paw. Taste the serpent blood, illuminates the Merkaba. Balancing the current from the old circuits of left and right. Hemispherical patterns in search for the purpose of this flesh vehicle that a scribal spirit walks among. Sword is thy tongue, him is here a gun. Hermes Trismegistus, walk with him again. Here, microphone the iron rod. Mouth the spirit of thought that inspire gods. What are the odds? Still hands of man that never thought the dead would talk again. Psst, come here, listen. In the ancient winds you can hear 7 generations of our ancestors whispering. An amethyst and my 2 pennies of thought to unlock the mystery. Here lies the key, no trouble, no worries. Lions come in 3, but I'm more Rafiki. To find it, you must look beyond what you see.
But I'm more Rafiki.
Damn.
My God.
That was fire.
My God. Thank you. That track's crazy. That track is like 2 years in the making. Oh man. Doesn't have a release date yet, but yeah, I appreciate y'all listening and vibing out. That's like one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of.
Damn. Y'all be sitting on some diamond mines, y'all. Stop sitting on that shit. Send it. Artem, stop sitting on it, bro. Release.
Yeah, I need both those tracks from Shingo and Artem that you guys played. Those are both, wow, man, bangers. Thank you guys. You guys kind of made me want to play this banger that Corey and I made. Unless you want to play something next, or I can toss it on. This one we dropped as a single a while back. It's called "Clear Them Demons Out," tapping into a little bit of spiritual warfare energy. But Corey Yeo, the homie, He was born in the same Iowa hospital as me within 9 days, and so we go way back. He's a world-known producer, in my opinion, one of the best producers on earth at this time. Has like tens of millions of plays. Like he's really world known. Absolutely love his music. Check him out, and he's gonna be with us at the Christ Fire retreat later this year too. So we're gonna be rapping over some of Corey's beats. So without further ado, this is Clear Them Demons Out.
This is protected. I cut all energetic cords that do not serve right now. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's right. Nothing about where I find myself is ever random or without purpose. Yeah. Hey, thank you, God. Hey, I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. Yeah, I said, I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. Yeah, I sprinkle a little bit of sage in with my weed. Damn, I feel free. Damn, I feel like me. Living like a G. They gon' remember me. Straight manifesting, making crazy beats. Ayy, no energy leaks. They keep my shit on repeat. I rhyme when I please. Yeah, cause I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah,
hey, yeah, bro, I clear them demons out. They staring, yeah, they see the crown. Marijuana, I'ma need a pound. Happy motherfucker, never let them see a frown. Jim Carrey mask, yeah, I be the clown. Y'all full of shit, I see the brown. Rap music, we like them speakers loud. The guys high, we never see the ground.
I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, yeah, I clear them demons out. Yeah, I clear them demons out.
Yeah, clear them demons out. Thank you.
Clear them demons out.
Fire. Fire.
Never
Gotta
wanna.
drop. I gotta
I'ma
drop,
need a
but
pound.
I gotta drop, but I just wanted to share my appreciation. Appreciate this event, Jacob. It's been great connecting, great hearing everybody's perspectives and music. And looking forward to connecting with you guys soon again. Much love.
Yes, so let's
You
do
wanna
it.
you want to kick one freestyle before you go, or you got to drop immediately?
I gotta drop. Yeah, I've been had to drop like 10 minutes ago, but I wanted to stay a little bit longer. Next
Gotcha.
time. Thanks, brother.
Sounds
Yep.
good, brother. Peace out. Great to see
Peace.
you.
Yeah, we might need to get the old Zoom studio cooking again.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I got a beat for anyone who wants to jump on and rap. Feel welcome. This is another Coriello beat. One of my favorite beats of his. We might make a track with this one soon, like a posse cut. So if anybody wants to hop on it, let us know. Yeah,
We got JP in the house. What's up, JP?
Hey. You want to take it first, Jacob?
Smooth like butter, fresh like lemonade. I was heaven made, now we heaven sent. Then we heaven paid, now we share it out. That's the home grade, okay.
Then we share it out. I feel the rarest now, tryna hop on the beat. Make it flow, let it glow. Just tryna share L-O-V-E. G-O-D. We just chilling in the place to be, exploring possibilities intercontinentally on Zoom. Why not? Just another polyglot with a SpongeBob lunchbox. Something like I punch rocks or kick rocks. I don't know. I just flow so silly, nonsensical. It don't gotta make sense. It don't gotta rhyme. You could say anything. Hip hop is freedom. Hip hop is full freedom. More beats coming up for y'all. Anybody feel welcome to
That beat's tight.
hop on the track? Yeah, this beat is dope. Dude.
Cadell, I'm calling you up, brother. I'm calling you on mic. I want to hear some bars. Polyglot, polyflow, polyamory, how I share and live with all my family. Like the ice cream skis, I share it out, drip, melt, summer days, so delight, so much fright. Now I had to let it go, let it flow. I'm in a bath of roses like Moses on the top of the mountaintop. I'm dropping all the fine thoughts for these juicy thoughts. Juicy thoughts, juicy flows. Had to know. Giving is receiving, rhyming is weaving, seeing is believing. Blessed are those who believe without seeing. That's the mic that I'm weaving. And I might pass the mic this evening to Jay Breezy, cause he's coming with the flow so easily peasily, like that magic room for Ron Weasley. The beats be coming through so easily.
Yeah, coming through with the flow, super casual, super techno, musical, UFO, UAP type of visions. In my ayahuasca journey, I'm just tripping. You know I'm tripping when I start to vomit. It come out roaring like Mufasa, but I'm more like Rafiki. Shout out to Shingo. Just another bingo player. I'm ready for retirement. I'm trying to play bingo with all the senior citizens, just trying to chill and play a simple game. I smile with the dimples, man. I just try to, be an ordinary dude for the most part. I'm just a guy chilling at Kmart, probably in the ice cream section, buying a little cookie dough, maybe go home, smoke a little cookie dough, and then hop on a pogo stick, bounce around like when I was a youngin', having fun with the flow, cause we jumping, keep it moving and bumping, whatever, we just keeping it funky. I wonder if JECRADIO wants to hop on the track though. I want to hear that, brother flow. Bet he got some crazy flows. We could play a track by him too. If there's a track you want to play, we could pull it up on Spotify. We could play it all day.
Oh yeah, he got a new track out too. I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna look it up. I be spitting them killer flows like who shot ya? Hitting on lyrical smoke laced with the ayahuasca. Call me the truth, I'm absolute like some vodka. Increase the murder rate, I reverberate down the chakras. Corrieo beat, we never was defeated. We never coming through, we keep it rhyming, it's true. Keep it rhyming, it's coming through. This not a fluke, we coming through. We vomited up like the purgitation. I'm purging for entire nations. Ancestral wisdom and the rhymes, no they kinda hitting, but we keep it flowing groovy, lazy baby. Like the Jazz lounge vibe. Smoke a joint, get it real high, get it real nice. Might just come in for some smooth light. I move the light. Yeah. And before the meta Christ hits, I might just like this, pour it out, circulate for the vibe, cause it's very creamy, dreamy, elevate the schemes be. We working with AI to make these dreams be manifesting for the different future realities. Build it up, that's a spiritual gangster shit. You know, we had a hit, then we shed it out, cause we taking care of the family, that's what it's all about. Gee, what you wanna say? I could keep rhyming like this all day.
Hey, and before the meta Christ hits, I might just like this. Circulate, amplify, meditate, stupefy. All the whack MCs when I look them in the eyes. But they divine too though, we all divine children of God. I'm trying to chill out on Pluto, smoking a fat bleezy. Might have to spark up tonight, it's too easy. You know, cause me, see, I still got vices. I ain't perfect, I missed the mark, I'm a sinner. But I'm also a winner. Just a man on his hands and knees trying to crawl towards something real. JECRADIO, you wanna hop on the beat though? I saw you unmute for a second, bro. You trying to bring the flow? We got space for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. I ain't got no instrumental playing over here though. Hold up.
Can you hear our beat playing or no?
I hear it. I don't know. He's not hearing that.
I hear it. Nah, I hear the beat. I don't want to be all beat. You know what I'm saying? Is it all coming through?
It kind of works out usually. Pretty well. You could just give it a try. I bet it'll work out. Like, you usually land on a different part of the beat, but it's still like
okay.
Yeah.
Look. Hey, well, I'ma just flow, then I'ma grab the mic and just go. My raw naked ass cheeks, that's what I'm about to show. Rap God, about to take flight, then blast off. When I get behind the mic, I be rapping my ass off. Give me any instrumental, I'ma murder it. Any obstacles that's in my way, I'ma hurdle it. Always the champion of the tournament, cause you can't stop my flow like a tourniquet. I'm still spitting flames, still out your burning shit. Oh my God, flow, that's some eternal shit. It's all mathematics, just like Copernicus. That's why I'm so superfluous and why my energy will never die. The vision's never been so clear. About to beat it up like Bill and Bill. I'm about to light up like some LA gears. When pussy niggas come around, I can smell they fear. Sting up like a scorpion. I just be killing shit like I'm Dr. Kevorkian. Reigning victorious while your main squeeze is just another accordion. Retro sneakers look like I'm driving a DeLorean. Riding shotgun with Doc Brown. Light a match, shove it in your ear to get your hot sound. That's just how it's going down. Monster, nigga. All right, man, I gotta get back to work, man. I'll be back on in a second, people.
Woo!
Yeah, bro, that was fire. You just torched the mic. That came through perfect. That was like, that was epic. Man.
Laura, are you trying to jump on?
Yeah, Laura, go for it if you want.
Never before time. It's a time you're alive. It's a time I what's your secret? This is mine to free my voice, to tell you that it's okay to free yours.
Yeah. Free the voice, free the voice, free the flow, let it swirl, let it go. I'm out here with my boys and girls, set the kids free. Know we've been at it since 2023. Wild freedom be reminding me, crawling on my mat, trying to find my way back to the mystery, cause I crawled my way too high up the ayahuasca tree. Lyrically, Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I share it out. I let the voice speak. I let the spout drip, drip, drop. Sometimes it's coming like a river, sometimes like a flow. Call me the fuente. Soy muy popular con la gente. Desde México. And you got to know.
Con la gente coming with the fuego. Shout out to JECRADIO. That shit went crazy though. He was coming so hard. I was like, damn, this brother bringing it all day long. The fire, and I'm coming like MacGyver. The flow just had to go ahead and go the way to China like Great Wall. I had to bring it up a notch. I throw it like, hey, all. I'm just sending love to Adolf, cause I had to send love to all beings. I'm trying to hold all beings in the field of unconditional love. Might just heal Sauron by blessing the ring. I stay doing my thing. Visualize Jesus Christ giving Voldemort a hug, and I see the healing of the deepest recesses of the human psyche. We could really release all the poison. We could return home to the purest love, the purest love, the purest love.
Yeah. Gracias, Medicina. Gracias, Laura. Nice to see you. Jumping on the mic. And I just might take it for a ride. Take it for a view down the west side. Rolling down the coast. Feeling like I might just boast. I'm feeling fullness from the heart, beauty saturation. I let go of my nation, my identity. I had to find the way to be who I could really be. I rolled it up like the holy tree. I share it out with the strangers, the friends, the family. That's what it is to be me. Smoking on the trees, getting ideas freely. Write them down, maybe they just be the next rhyme on the culture, feel and beat. With the Christ Ayahuasca, please see. We rap, please lead, coming really freely. Ice cold beats, please. From Corriello to JBE.
In the flying car with Ron Weasley and Harry Potter and Severus Snape. And you know we had to chill with Luna Lovegood and Neville Longbottom. Back in the day, I used to drink strong bottles of Everclear, but now I'm feeling a little more clear. But I still sip a little sacred beer at times because, you know, the flow too sublime, divine, and I kind of unlock it with the sacred booze. Got nothing to lose at any time because eternity is now. Eternal life is living in your heart. Truly, there's no death. We are all eternal beings. We're gonna float on for infinity, but we could take a long nap if we want to, because infinity's a long time. We could rest if we want to, because infinity's a long time. But we gonna be chilling with God unto the halls of eternity, chilling with Jesus and the angels. We gonna be trying all the angles, because we got lots of time. But this life on earth, we don't got unlimited time, so live your mission now. Live your excitement, live your juice, live your aliveness, live your purpose. Show us what you got, turn yourself inside out, save us from ourselves, help us to discover the love in the heart of hearts.
Heart of hearts, heart of truth, heart of love, flowing through the river bright, the river shine, illuminate. I might just love, I might just risk it all, I might just let it run, I might just risk and fall to the most dark bottom, cause I know I'm catching on the pillow, always floating up to the top, Chatham. Paradisal flows with the holiest goals, the Holy Ghost that flows through my soul. JECRADIO pass me the electricity, and I might just be getting really jacked up on this mic, please.
Hey, hold up, dog. It's hard living, but we all giving. A hard sentence up in God's prison. See, I'm a God too. I see the world through Allah's vision, and it look like the apocalypse is coming to fruition. Shit, we living in the last days, but I ain't tripping, cause I read the book of life, so now I'm rolling a spliff with the last page. I finally got a pass, no more sneaking backstage, got it faster. Why these little niggas got it backwards? It's crazy how these sons of bitches and they all bastards, cause they never learn to pump their brakes or put on their hazards. They blinded. They don't see they headed for disaster. They thinking that they free when they've submitted to their master. I've never been a slave. If I was, I'd be in a rage. Before I leave, I'ma burn this bitch down. I'm going out in the blaze. I got all eyes on me. It feel like I'm center stage. I'm a pro. I surpassed the developmental phase. I'm still a bully in Broad Street, still causing havoc like Mob Deep. I flatline the track, stopping heartbeats, cause I treat instrumentals like raw meat, cause I got sharp teeth for feeding frenzies of shark feet. I be eating up everything. I'm in that big body, man. I'm hogging up every lane. Killer though. Still smoking on that killer dro, putting it down. All them niggas, no, hold up, man. Fuck around. I'm just getting loose, man. I'm in between back and forth. I'm still working, man. I love y'all niggas, man. Straight up.
Love you too, bro. That was fire. You're blessing the space. Thank you.
Rap prophecy. Fuck.
Still smoking on that killer dro. For really though.